Okay, now we're going to show you actually how to make the connections of the probe to the analyzer. The quick reference guide that comes with the 1500 or with any analyzer from E-Instruments gives you a very simple diagram on the cheat sheet. The bottom of each 1500 is where you're going to make all your connections. As you notice on the 1500, everything is female connections, nothing sticking out, nothing to break off. On the other end, on the probe end, we use very high quality metal connections, and they're form fitted, so you can't plug this in anywhere you want to. It's only form fitted for a certain location. You have a P- and P+ for singular, positive, negative, or differential pressure measurements. You have your gas inlet for our combustion analysis, your T1, which is your thermocouple connection, also for the probe, but it also gives you T1 and T2, so you can use the unit as a differential thermometer as well. But we're going to make the connections for the analysis here. So, as I mentioned before, they're form-fitted, so I can't plug this in anywhere I want to. The water trap or condensation trap plugs right into the center. The draft connection plugs right into the right-hand side under P+, and then the thermocouple under T1, and we're ready to test. Okay, before we actually take any analysis or put the probe in the stack, what we want to do is actually make sure that we're properly set for the right fuel. So before we do any tests, so we're going to hit this little button at the bottom middle here that looks like a little sample probe on the 1500, and you're going to come to a page that says Combustion Analysis Details. In here you can see what memory spot we're stored at right now, so we're at memory number 1, so if I were to save this reading, it would be stored as memory number 1. But you have fuel here, so we're going to go down to Fuel, we're going to select OK, and it's going to bring you to a complete menu of fuels. Right now we're set for natural gas, that's why that little check mark is there. So that's great. But just to show you, you have number 2 oil, number 4, number 6 oil, diesel, wood, coal, biofuels, bagasse, LP, butane. So you pretty much have a multitude of different fuels. We can always add any type of fuel that you possibly need, maybe waste oil or certain specific applications where they need a specific or specified fuel source. You can do up to 32. On this one. So if I wanted to change it, let's say if I was doing number 2 oil, I would just scroll down to number 2, select OK, and that would change my check mark. But since we're doing natural gas, let's go back up to natural gas, hit OK, and we're escape all the way back to our main screen, and we're ready to go.